Can you change what other people think about you? Well, of course you can. And guess what? That's what we're going to talk about today. Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today we're going to talk about how to change what people think about you. This, I don't know about anybody else. This is from my own personal experience. It was one of the big things that I needed to look at when I basically started the YouTube channel as well as my company, and just for generally in my life. But I'll be honest, it didn't have the biggest impact until, I went public. So yeah, this video applies to anybody that's, out there looking to start a music career or to get famous or to, YouTube channel or book author. So basically anybody as well, just in regular everyday relationships. So just before we jump into it, if you haven't already subscribed, definitely subscribe. Hit the bell icon below because I do put out new videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, each one of them with the intention that you'll create something wonderful in your life. And as well, if you would like extra help, we've got some amazing coaches here at Create Your Future. Their clients are getting a lot of success, so definitely check out the links in the description below. All coaches are Gerry approved. Gerry. Anyway, how to change what people think about you. Now, this one, let's talk a little bit about, everyone is you pushed out, because this really includes everyone is you pushed out. Okay. So we create how people think about us. We do it in many different ways. Okay. So it may be that, like we go on stage and we do a presentation and we think, oh, people must think I'm or whatever, that those statements are creating, or, it could be as easy as we're walking down the street. We saw a friend, but we didn't acknowledge them. And oh, I hope they're not mad at me, hope they're not upset, right? Things like that. Just by saying, oh, I hope they're not upset, you're actually creating them to be upset because you're thinking that they're upset. Okay. So how do you change what people think about you? Okay, so first of all, you catch yourself in those little moments where you think, oh man, I totally canceled plans with Gerry this Friday. Oh, I hope he's not mad at me. Don't say that. I canceled plans with Gerry this Friday, and Gerry is okay with it. In fact, it works out in his favor, and he's more than happy to see me another day. He's totally happy and okay with it. Okay. So we want to make sure that, when your self-talk, when you have, plans that, or things that you were going to do, but then you change your mind, that it works out for everybody involved and everybody's okay with it, rather than being upset, hurt, disappointed, whatever. Okay. So you want to avoid ever, projecting onto them that they are going to be upset or hurt, because they're you pushed out. So if you think that canceling with Gerry on Friday is going to upset him and disappoint him, then guess what? He is going to be upset and disappointed. So don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to him either. Like, why? We can easily intend that, Gerry's completely okay with it, and that, he's happy to see us next week. In fact, he had something else to do, so it totally worked out for everybody involved. Okay. The other thing that we want to do when it comes to recreating, what people think of us, or changing what people think about us, is we want to take a piece of paper and a pen, and we want to write down what so-and-so thinks of me, and write down everything you want that person to think about you. Okay. So you want to pay special attention to things like, oh, well, they think I'm needy. Well, no, you want to cross that out and change it. Okay. You want to catch those little stories that you've told yourself, or beliefs that you have about what the other person thinks about you. If they've said to you, look, you're too needy, well, then definitely make sure that you put the opposite, of that on that paper, of what that person thinks about you. Now, you can do this in a couple different lists. You can do it individually with each specific person. This is what I want so-and-so to think of me. This is what that person, I want them to think about me. And then, let's say you are an Instagram star, or got a YouTube channel, or you're a movie star or something, or a singer. Okay. You want to take a look and you want to create a list of what the public thinks about you. Okay. So take a look, write down, what does the public think about you? What do your fans think about you? What do your subscribers think about you? What do your Instagram followers that follow your cat Fluffy think about you and Fluffy? Okay. You really want to get down and start writing out what you want people to think about you. Okay. And to really create who you are. Okay. So The two things that you want to do is, one, create that list, whether it's, you know, do it specifically with people, and you can also do it in general with the general public. Highly recommended if you have any sort of YouTube channel or you are any sort of, you know, public person to do that. You might want to do one for your person, like your boyfriend or girlfriend or potential or crush or whoever, you know, friends, family. Okay. Then the other thing that you want to do is you want to really stay on top of your self-talk when you say maybe change plans, cancel plans, or, you know, do something or say something, and you find yourself worrying about what the other person's going to think. You want to stop yourself and start intending what you want them to think instead. Okay, so that's what you've got to be really on top of, you know, because honestly, like doing this list, it's great. But then all of a sudden, you know, you cancel plans with Gerry and then you think he's disappointed, he's never going to talk to you again. Well, crumple, crumple, throw the list. I mean, come on, right? Got to catch yourself in those moments, okay? Because everyone's you pushed out, they energetically go. Okay, so Gerry is going to think whatever you want him to think, okay? Now, the other thing is, right, is if you have had a story of someone say, you know, having a poor opinion of you, it may take more than, you know, one or two intentions. You know, you may want to create that list repeatedly. Okay, so meaning, right, if you've got like, you know, a YouTube channel, okay, when you create that list, okay, you also want to watch your self-talk when you post, right, to make sure you reaffirm what's on that list and what you want people to think of that video. But you also want to take it a step further and realize that, okay, so you've created these affirmations, you know what, 60% of the public may come back with reflecting back what your positive thoughts are, but then you may still have like, you know, 40% that come back with maybe a bit of your old story. Note what they say, because that's your block that you're projecting still, and write the opposite down and focus on that, okay, to what the new story is going to be, okay? So it's not just going to shift everybody like that. You're going to see a little bit of a wave, okay? And then, you know, you'll end up turning it all around, okay? So, you know, basically what I'm saying is it's not always an overnight thing. You know, you will get a percentage when you do it generally. You will get a percentage of people that pop up and are going to reflect back what your new list is, but then you will get still probably a little bit that aren't. And then all you do is you note those, change them over to positive intentions, focus on that in your list there a little bit more, and then that'll start to shift them as well, okay? So never give up on your intentions, never give up that easy, okay? And always focus on what the good things that you hear back are, and then the negative things, you just acknowledge it, renounce it, meaning create the exact opposite intention of like in line with what you want, and then move on from there, okay? Yeah, so that's my video for today. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. You guys are all amazing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.